Thank you, fellas, for finding me. It's been a real pleasure. It really has.
Yeah.
Always happy to talk about Fungi. And I look forward genuinely to exploring your content because I am fascinated. I'm still trying to work out what happiness is.
No, well, I don't think there's a human alive that understands exactly what happiness is, because it can,
No.
there's so many aspects to it and layers to it.
But I think happiness is about it, being able to enjoy the mundane. I think the more you can enjoy the mundane and the simple little things, I think the more your day is going to be littered with little pockets of.
And I would think,
excitement.
And the way it changes as you get older, or as you kind of your own experience. And certainly for me, like previously, say in my 20s, I would have thought happiness was about, parties and hitting highs and, that type of thing, jumping out of airplanes and whatever it might have been. Whereas now happiness is much more about ease and joy and pleasant. And actually within the day, how can I be more in harmony and more in flow with the day, where I'm less striving and pushing and looking for things outside of myself, and more genuinely at ease in myself. And that's what happiness, I think, is for me.
Yeah, well, I think that it's a classic. It sounds like middle-aged, doesn't it? It's what it sounds like. It really is on my behalf. I can't speak for you. But, you question like, well, what is this all about? And like you say, those highs aren't so high on a Sunday morning when you feel awful, when you didn't when you were 21, but you do when you're 44. So, like you say, those little, and I think you can only my argument would be, or certainly my perception at the moment as it stands, is you can only enjoy those little things if you take the time to notice them, which would take me back to mindfulness. That just stepping back, even if it's for 10 seconds in a day, just thinking, I'm looking at everything. I'm not just being in it. It's not just passing over me. I'm not just being, I'm observing what I'm doing and being. And that for me really works. And hey, guess what? I'm going to full circle. And that's what mushrooms can bring you, because you're being completely mindful in that moment. When you find that fungus, suddenly everything stops and you're being really caring about this element, that element, the other. And you walk away with a great big smile on your face. Cheers.
And another thing I don't think you mentioned in terms of fungi is, to find them, you've got to spend time out in nature.
Well, of course. The well-being.
And that in and of itself is just being outside walking and being focused elsewhere. I just think is you're bound to stumble. You mightn't find a mushroom, but you might stumble upon happiness.
Oh.
My delivery wasn't good, but I had the sentiment was good.
It. Again, I'll just write that one down. I think
you're great, crack.
I want to give you credit for that. Yeah, we know about green spaces. Yeah, so exactly. It's so many things roll into one. Of course, I will say the knock-ons. I didn't care about nature till I just got into mushrooms about 10 years ago. I was a scout, so I guess my foundations were there. My dad was a scout leader, so I did that, and we camped as a family when I was a kid. But I didn't care. My wife, to her frustration, would never go for walks with and hikes. I'm like, it's boring. It's boring. Now all I want to do is walk, but I want to walk a lot slower than she does because I'm always looking at the floor. Poor woman can't win. But yeah, that whole. How can you come back from a time outdoors? You never regret a walk, do you? You never regret time spent like walking the dog. You never come back and think, I wish I hadn't bothered. You will feel, surely, you must have, I don't even know, podcast on that, better for some time outdoors. And so I'll be in autumn time. I'm absolutely top buzzing because I can't not. My wife will ring me, I'll be on the way home and I'll just get a phone call and I'll pick it up and say, which woods are you in? Because I'm late home. Late for tea, she'll just say, which woods are you in? She knows. I'm not there, get that out yet where you can really see where I am. I'm nearly there, love. Well, I'm looking at
which woods are you in? That's hilarious.
She knows, and she was right. She's only done that once, but she was right. I found a new woods on my cycle route to work. I thought, I'm just going to bob in there tonight. And before you know it, it's not 20 minutes like I thought it'd be. It's 45 minutes because I found this, and this.